Sonya's really high. Her eyes aren't even open.
Sonya's usually high. They're open. I have little eyes. I lost the paper. My thing. I gotta pull a new one.
What are you drinking
you
tonight?
Oh, I'm drinking just Pabst Strong, so it's like 5.9% beer, and I'm on my second one, so yay. Because I pre-drank.
Like how Sonya got pre-high.
Sonya's always pre-high. I'm drinking 50-50 Sprite and pineapple rum
Yum.
in a clear bottle.
I'm drinking blackberry gin drink.
I thought that was the Blue Blade. I was going to be upset with you again.
No,
the Blue
And then
Blade?
I also have, because when I'm done this, I need another drink. I have an Arizona Hard iced tea.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So I had to make sure I had like extra.
Okay, ready.
Yes, I'm ready. Are you ready?
I am. I already got it ready. Okay.
Sonya's gonna be so fun today.
What's the dumbest thing you've ever done but are most proud of?
Oh shit. Okay.
Having children. Okay. Next.
And our word is back.
Back.
Shit, that's actually in my story. Okay.
See? Were you on your back? Was that
No, I was backstage. So
Drink.
we'll drink twice.
drink? All right.
Okay, I gotta think for a minute. So if any of you guys have you were so stupid but proud moment.
Yeah, we could start with the kid one. I was 16.
Yeah.
But I found out I had cancer. So like if I didn't get pregnant, I would have known I had the cancer. So I'm proud, not of the cancer, of the getting pregnant.
That's just like a fate thing. Like it's like one of those things where it's like, thank God that happened, but also in all other circumstances, no one else would be like, you're not like,
That is not a powerful moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not what I wanted in life. At all. I never wanted kids. Ever. They're disgusting.
I didn't want kids either. And then I told Chris that I was like, okay, if you want to have one, like, because you missed the baby stages with our son, if you want to have one, you have until I'm 28. Like, that was it. That was the cutoff.
The cutoff.
Yeah. Got me pregnant 27, so.
He was like on it.
Yeah. I was ready to close up shop, so.
The baby making bus is done. It's a factory.
Me, I was the
it's not a
opposite.
bus.
I did it. I did want children, and then I had them, and then I didn't want them.
It happens.
Like,
you realize
yeah.
your mistakes.
I was like, shit. Why did I do that? And then I did it again. It's not like I learned it the first time. I did it again.
I know you tried for that second one. Like you tried for a while.
Fuck, I know. 3 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I started at like 26, 27, and then I finally got pregnant at 29. Got pregnant at 28. Had Caleb at 29.
They were 30.
But yeah, no.
I thought you were 30 when you had him.
No,
how old are you now?
Shh, we don't talk about that.
25. Wait. She's 25.
I'm 25.
I'm trying to remember how
4
old
days.
I am.
I am 31.
Going to be 37. And you're 2 years younger than me.
Yes, I'm going to be 35 in 4 days.
Oh, and Caleb turned
5 in February, so 26.
Okay. Oh, so you were turning 30.
Yes,
it was
29.
She said
yes.
Math is hard.
Numbers are hard.
I was like, wait, no, you were so much older. Although that's not that much older. Like, it's 20, it's
not.
1 year.
Not in adult years.
Not in adult years. No. When you're like 15 and you're like, oh, 29 is so old.
Yeah.
I know.
In adult years, it's like, man, I would love to be 29 again. And I'm only 31. So
it feels like it was so long ago.
I would kill to be 27 again. Like, I'm just saying. I would kill for that.
That was a good year. I'm gonna go with like being 26. I was like in the best shape of my life. I was so healthy. I miss being
Yeah.
26. Something happened. I just went downhill from there.
And 24 was my most like fit. And then I got in a comfortable relationship.
Ah, I hate when that happens.
I know, it's the worst.
Men relationships, because it happens in other relationships. But like, ruiners. I like blaming men. It's so
like, easy. It's just easy.
They need to be blamed for some things.
They're not facing any consequences.
They're not.
So we might as well just blame them anyway.
They can be blamed for anything. Zero consequences.
That's another thing I was so stupid to do, but I'm proud of, is get married. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty dumb.
I wasn't, but I'm so proud of it because I had a kick-ass wedding. But
yeah,
you did.
I wasn't proud of it when it happened, and it took a few years to appreciate it. I think I am happy about it the last 3 years. Yeah, the last 3 years have been great. These are good. Proud of to be married the last 3 years.
I'm just proud of the party. Like,
yeah, pretty much.
An amazing party.
I was so happy with how my wedding turned out, even though I fought with my mom right after, like at like 1 a.m. in front of the venue. Like that was fine. Like that was a high note for the wedding. Like the wedding was so good that didn't even bother me. Like I was just like, okay. So
I'm making up for not liking my wedding on having like
another
wedding. Yeah, next year. Not this year.
I'm so pumped for it.
August 30th, but like either the Saturday before or the Saturday after.
So like around that.
Yeah. It's going to be so much fun. I'm excited.
Let me know if you need anything.
I will.
And we'll live stream a bit of it. Like.
Craft monkeys. That's what you guys. I am poor as fuck. Everything is getting handmade.
That's fine. I handmade stuff for my wedding.
So did I.
Every single ribbon wand I made. The paper flowers, I had some of the girls come over to help make. What else did I make?
We were the girls.
Yeah, you were the girls.
I was the girls.
But there was like other girls too, so I wasn't gonna list names.
Yeah, I was like,
I had girl stuff.
Yeah, I was.
I did my own heels. Like I bought a cheap pair at Ardennes, and then did the lace, like glued the lace on top of it to make it more fancier.
Yeah,
I was wearing what's that shoe brand? They normally do like running shoes.
Tom's?
No, they're like soft soles, like a big thing.
Skechers?
Skechers, yeah. I got Skechers sandals, but they were white with some like fake plastic bedazzles. I was like, who's gonna look at my feet?
No.
Exactly. So they had memory foam. Yeah, that was my wedding shoe.
I loved your like the bathroom shoes that you had.
Oh yeah,
I still have them. Yeah, I wear them.
I still have a pair. I kept a pair too.
I still have my pair too, but they're really tight on my feet. Like really small.
Well, it's like they came. They only had small, medium, large, and like the small was like 5 to 7, and like the medium was like 7 to 9, and then the large was like, so it's like some. If you were on the smaller side of the scale, then they'd be tight on you. Or if you're on the so if you're like a large, small, you know what I mean. You know.
I have small feet. I'm pretty sure I got a large because they're like bound to.
Yeah, where I got the opposite. I got the small because they're tight on my feet.
Yeah.
I thought they were all just one size, and I was like, just
I know, me
whatever.
too. I just
there was like 3 sizes, but there was more mediums than anything, so the mediums probably all got taken right away, and then you're just left with the other ones. But yeah, it was. I wanted to do flip flops, but it was like unless you manage to somehow buy 200 flip flops on Dollar Flip Flop Day at Old Navy, it was going to be so much more expensive than those.
A lot of people,
and I got fancy boxes with those. Like that came with the box and everything. So I was like, I'm gonna get these things. Fuck that. I saw them on Dragon's Den. That's I found them.
Dragon's Den's the place to be to put your items. Let's put our podcast on Dragon Den.
Yeah.
For what though? Like
it doesn't matter. You don't have to get an investment. You just have to get on the show.
Yeah.
Like so many of those companies don't like I think only 30% of the investments actually end up going through anyway. But then everyone gets so much publicity and you get a little bump.
A little bump. It doesn't
A little bump.
Like bump. You got like little cocaine on your gums. Isn't that called a bump too?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, it's called a bump too.
Okay, this isn't like stupid, but like sometimes I get I go through periods of self-consciousness where I'm either hate the way I look and hate the way I act and just want to hide in a hole, and I am the greatest of all time. And when I'm in those greatest of all time moments, that's when I'll like sign up for random shit and end up doing random shit. And one of those things was I auditioned to be in a shadow cast for Rocky Horror Picture Show. Now, I said I would do any role. I was like, anything you got. I auditioned as Magenta. And it was just like I just had to send in a video. Like it was midnight, I think, when I decided to do it. I put some makeup on, already had a maid costume, and just, did it and sent it in. And then 2 weeks later, they called me and told me I got cast as Frankenfurter. Yay! And by then, that was when my self-conscious was back down again. And I remember going, did they actually mean me? Like, are they sure they didn't screw me up? Like, I was like, I had like a panic attack on the day I went because I was like, they're going to look at me and realize they picked the wrong person. Like, I was like, that's what, but no, then I ended up doing Frankenfurter, which was awesome. But I find most of my moments are stupid and then end up well, and then I'm proud of it. So. Yeah.
Actually, I have another one that's recent. As you guys know, I got a bunny. Mm-hmm. I promised myself I wouldn't get any more freaking animals because I hate taking care of things. And like, by the way, a bunny is a lot of freaking work. I mean, you have to clean the cage every single day.
Yep.
However, I'm actually really proud because it means I have to consistently clean my room. And then that means my room has to be clean constantly. And he's kind of really freaking cute. So I'm kind of proud of that. He is
cute.
He reminds me of Rocket if Rocket was a bunny, because he has the same like ears, but he's white and he has like little dots and the gray brown shit around his eyes.
That's probably why you were drawn to him.
And he has like a stripe down his back and he has like a little dot on.
You're like less scared of my dogs.
I fucking hate Rocket.
Yeah. Subconsciously,
That's my other really stupid but proud. Yeah.
I'll probably like visit your bunny and it will attack me because it's a rocket spirit.
It doesn't bite.
I say that about Rocket.
Nicholas has had his hands in the cage. Yeah, I do. But no, Caleb's had his hands in the cage. Nicholas has had his hands in the cage. I've picked this bunny up. If anything, it might scratch you because it does not like to be picked up. It doesn't mind being pet and like snuggled like in its cage, but when you lift it, he kind of panics. So you just gotta be careful with that.
I feel that. I don't like
until I get his nails done.
Well, that's like I'm the only one that like can like pick up the cats. Like they freak out with like everyone else. So
freaking animals.
I know.
I recently moved across the country.
That is something's dumb.
It is dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You. Now that we don't have to
why did you do this?
Back about it, you're fucking stupid, by the way.
Stupid. Yeah. Dumb.
Stupid.
Fucking
I almost followed you.
I know. I missed you.
I was in that moment where I was like, nothing can go wrong.
Yeah. Oh my god. That was my moment of clarity where I didn't follow. Like
nobody else.
Yeah, no, Dawn was the smart one in this situation. Genius.
I'm proud of it because, like, I get to grow my own food. I get to have my chickens. I get to have all the fucking dogs. There's no law on how many dogs I'm allowed to have. I can have 100. I'm going to have 101 dogs. Not really.
Well, okay. It's not entirely dumb. I will give you a little leeway because you do have to scope out where our commune's going to be. So,
yeah. I got commune property.
Yeah, commune property.
Yeah. I went and did it ahead of time. No, you can't grow anything up north. You can't grow anything. I've checked. Yeah, no. You can do like blueberries, but like the ground is too acidic. You're very limited on your good growth, what you can grow. The like soil here is like beautiful. Like everything's growing so nicely. except for something fucking ate it. But that's another story.
You just set up like a night cam to like watch what's ever eating your food.
Yeah, it's something that poos.
That's
not like
good.
Yeah.
Eating generally leads to that. We've had
No,
this
it's like giant shits, okay? Like not rabbit.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe set up a camera. It's like a person
Squatting in my yard.
and then he just scuttles away, you know?
They're not like ripping the berries off. They're like chewing it from the plant.
Yeah.
Taking bites off of everything.
Nope. Just scuttling along. Just
like I'm just taking human craps in my yard.
On to my
Plot
second
twist.
drink now.
That'd go viral. I'm just saying.
Plot twist, it's Kyle.
Oh no.
Girl,
You
quit
take
shitting
that.
in our yard.
Get
No
six
kink
dogs. Take this.
shaming. Oh.
Fuck you, get 6 dogs. I'm a shit right here.
It's mad.
Fucking
acting
chickens.
out.
She asked for
He's
chickens. I'll give
marking
her some shit.
He's marking his property because, like, he has to like battle with all the dogs for it.
And the chickens. And the cats.
He's like, this bush is mine.
He's gonna come in. Why are you yelling my name?
Carl, did you shit in the yard? Be honest.
It's you. We figured it out. We need therapy.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I'm almost out of drink. Oh no,
Oh,
I know. I had
Oh,
to move on to my
no.
second.
I'm having too much fun. Drinking too
I
much.
just picture it like black and white, like night cam, and you just see like scuttling, you know? Oh,
And then like the light hits his eyes and it's like glowing.
doesn't move for a second.
Yeah, he's like, what? Or he's doing his poo face. I don't know. I don't know. I imagine. You know, it's a concentrated.
Wait, you don't know your husband's poo face?
I don't.
Oh,
I would never.
Wife are you?
Listen. When
How do you
Kyle,
not know the poo face?
because when Kyle shits, it smells like something's died. Like in his colon, something's rotting, like a dead human being, and then it comes out of his body, and it's just like you got punched in the face with like moldy shoe shit. Like, have you ever had like rotten, stinky shoes? Like you've sweated in them too long. It's like that, and death. Like it's gross. Something happens in his body.
At least he shits.
At least that's it.
Yeah, so you have no room to talk.
I know. Irritable bowel syndrome's no joke.
Sorry, I had to hold that in while you
Besides holding it in all the time, Jessica, it's okay.
I always constantly holding it in.
Yeah, for our listeners out there, Sonia does not poop like IRL. Like in
Like
real
in real
life,
life. No
she does
poop.
not. It doesn't. It just evaporates.
The doctors are like, well, there's like 20 pounds of shit in there. Here's some X-Lax. That's it. For the last
And the
20
shit
years.
swallows the X-Lax.
Yes, I still don't poo. I could do X-Lax.
They
All
don't
it
give
does-
you like an emony, or what are they called? An
Yeah, no.
thing
So
that you
like,
put up your rectum.
Enema.
yeah. So
Yeah.
last 20 years, I've had this issue since I had this surgery for my stomach, right? And I've just been living off of like X-Lax every day. Every day I take it. Some days I take more. And what it does, it doesn't make me go to the bathroom. It causes excruciating pain in my abdominal where I faint. Like it gets so, the pain is so intense that I just pass out from it. And I've like given birth. Like that's intense. So like the pain is so bad. It's like I'm being stabbed for like constantly for like an hour, several hours. We call it poop madness. We make lots of fun of it.
You don't want to cry, you gotta laugh. You know?
Yeah. So like I have to like let Kyle know when I'm going to the bathroom because he has to like check in on me. He's like, are you okay? Are you okay? Because I can fall, hit my head. Like my death will probably be on the toilet. That's what's gonna happen. That's the end of my day.
Elvis's. So.
End of the day. That's
gonna
how
say,
I'm going
you're
out. Yeah. But again, like in Hamilton, Ontario, I've always asked to go see specialists, and the doctors are always like, we can figure it out on our own. Like, and it's always been like, well, you got 20 pounds of shit in there, have fun. Like that's,
Yeah.
I'm pretty much just giving up on doctors. Like it's just
Same.
I can't keep going to the doctors and them telling me like it's heartbreaking. Really. It's just, there's nothing really wrong with you. You're just constipated. Like who the fuck's constipated for 20 fucking years?
No, you're gonna have later on, you're gonna have major complications.
Yes.
And
So like this runs in my family. My great grandmother had abdominal issues, and then my grandma just almost died because of it. Like this runs in my family. Like and
it was probably made worse by the surgery. So it's like
like when I had a C-section a couple of years ago, they're like, wow, there's so much scar tissue in here. You should get that looked into. And that was it.
It's so frustrating because it's like, so in Hamilton, you can generally look up your blood test results, right? Like St. Joe's has the whole like app and everything.
Yeah.
But when I was having severe abdominal pain, I got taken to to General. And General doesn't use the same system, so I can't access my blood test results from there, which they said was perfectly fine. Like my blood test was perfectly fine. And they said, well, there's nothing showing up on your blood screen, so there must be no pain.
There's must not be anything. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I've just been living with abdominal pain. I'm like, okay, we'll see when I have
right.
You know, something else has to happen now for like I have to start like peeing blood or something before I go to the doctor. Like abdominal pain's not enough. Okay.
So when I had my gallbladder surgery, so before I went to Henderson, right? Oh, sorry, Jaravinsky. Now it's called. Anyway, so I go there and I'm telling them like I'm having pain and whatever. And I had a light fever, not like a really bad one, but a light one. Which, by the way, if you have gallstones, you don't normally get a fever anyway. So there must have been something else going on. And I was telling them, like, you know, I'm sore. And then they're like, well, you have a fever. It might be your appendix. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, let's go check that out. So they send me for a CAT scan. And in the meantime, they put me on, like, an anti-inflammatory, which has, obviously, pain relief. So by the time they sent me for my CAT scan and I come back, they're like, oh, you don't seem like you're in so much pain. Now with gallbladder attacks, they don't last long. Plus, I was on fucking anti-inflammatories. So they're like, oh, your CAT scan showed nothing. Like, you're good to go home. But I'm lucky enough that my mother-in-law is a nurse. And I have her nagging in my head on, like, all the time telling me what questions to ask. So first thing I was like, okay, well, what was my white blood cell count? And they're like, let me check. Oh, it was above average. I'm like, oh, so that means I have an infection, right? And they're like, it may be. And I was like, and what was my temperature? They're like, 37.9, which, by the way, is a low-grade fever, still a fever. That means something's wrong with your body. And I was like staring at them. They're like, fine, we'll run a ultrasound, whatever. I was like, hey, they run an ultrasound. Sure enough, what their CT scan couldn't find, their ultrasound did. And there was a small gallstone, or what looked small. But then when I went for an actual ultrasound the next day in the big ultrasound machine, not the rollaway one, they found that it was like the size of my gallbladder and I had to get it removed. But they were going to send me home. They're like, you don't look like you're in pain. I'm just
after we gave you, meds to help with pain. Like it just it doesn't exist.
Yeah. And then they fucked up again because my IV, they put it in wrong and my arm was going numb and swelling. And so I was on the phone with my mother-in-law and I'm telling her, and she's like, they have it in wrong. Go get your nurse, tell her to take it out and put it back in. And I was like, oh, okay. She's like, it can do some serious nerve damage. Like, tell them now. I'm like, all right. So I told the nurse that, and she's like, no, it looks fine. I'm like, no, listen. My mother-in-law told me, and then I was going off about, like, nerve damage, and she's like, oh, you know what you're talking about. Okay. Oh, we can't put it in this arm. We got to do it in this arm. Like, I had to tell them stuff that they would assume I wouldn't know.
Okay, nurses, doctors, necessary to society. Obviously, very important roles. Obviously, that comes with a little bit of a power trip that I think they need to work on.
My God.
I used to do I was a housekeeper at a hospital. So we cleaned certain things I wasn't supposed to clean. Bodily fluids, for example, are not the housekeeper's job. They're the nurse's job. The housekeeper does a second sanitation over top of the clean that the nurse did. So nurses all the time would be like, oh, clean up in this room, and then I'd go and there's like blood or piss on the floor, and I'd have to be like, I was 19, so I'd have to go up to these nurses and be like, this is not my job, and they'd be like, you're the housekeeper, aren't you? And so it's like, what am I supposed to do? It was so bad. And then they would get mad at you if you threw out their rotting food in the fridge. I'm just saying, be nice to your fucking housekeepers. Jesus Christ. Nurses piss me off. Like that was literally it. Like, since I've worked that job, I'm inherently like, I see a nurse, especially like, I hate to be biased, but a white woman, I generally just like tense up right away, especially if they're like older, maybe 40s and older. I'm always just like, oh, is she gonna be understanding, or is she gonna start, being like, it's just, it's like that trauma just in my body automatically. I'm like, it's awful.
I have a thing about women named Brittany. Okay, I don't know why it is, but Brittany's bother me. And my nurse came in and her name was Brittany, and I knew right away. I was
like, ow, bitch. I'll wait for the shift change.
That's right. I don't care. I know I'm dying, but I will wait.
I'm like, fuck this. She's gonna be a bitch. Brittany's a bitch. Like, damn it.
Brittany's a bitch. You know who's a bitch? There's this doctor who was working on my grandmother, and so my grandma had to do like this life-saving,
by the way.
It is now. She had to do this like life-saving surgery, and she treated my grandmother absolutely like garbage. So she's like, okay, you're gonna die. We need to do this surgery. We do this surgery, you'll probably die. So like, my grandma, obviously heartbroken and scared, closes down, whatever. She's grieving. She's thinking, like, you don't tell somebody they're going to die and then be like, okay, whatever. Like, that's not how you're going to behave.
Doctors generally take, like, there's a class they have to take on, like, just telling people that they're going to die.
And so since my grandmother didn't answer right away, they took her rights away, her human rights. She wasn't allowed to, like, decide if she wanted to do the surgery. They had to call my mom, who at the time, not well at all.
She had COVID, didn't she?
Not yet. No, she was just like, she's on a lot of medication, so she.
But it was like, right close to that time, because I remember they were both in the hospital.
Oh yeah. And so she was sleeping a lot, and she sometimes can't wake up, and so they had my mom, not knowing what's going on, be able to say, give her the surgery. Like, so my grandmother lost her rights, and because my mom was like next to whatever. Not all there in the head herself, because of all the medication she's on, got to make the choice for my grandmother, because this other doctor was like, I'm the doctor, I get to say. Like, it was like fucking disgusting. Hospital, the general, it was abdominal surgery on her bowels. Whoever you are, she was a younger woman, you're a bitch.
Oh, well, we all know I have general stories, but we're not going to get into those.
Yeah. No, I hate the general. That's right.
Yes, me too.
Yeah, it's fucking like,
I had one experience there, and I hate them. So
it needs an overhaul. Like, I know that all hospitals need more doctors, less hours. That's what needs to happen. But the people who do work there need to fucking quit, so the people who do want to work can actually get there, because you're not doing anybody any favors.
Why do doctors have to pay to be doctors? Like, if you want to be a doctor, I feel like you shouldn't have to go $100,000
you have to pay for your exams and stuff.
Like, I feel like you should just be able to just like go and learn to be a doctor. Like, I feel like
if you're smart enough, you should be able to do it. Yeah. I think that's
for any profession. Yeah, any profession.
Yeah, any profession.
I don't think
we don't want to lose people yet, right? We want to bring them slowly and go, hey, what other jobs do we need in society?
I think post-secondary education is a scam. I think, well, not like the education itself. I think the whole,
it is a scam. You don't even.
I feel like it's a scam because they capitalized it.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, that's what makes it a scam.
Yeah.
It's a
it's an
MLM. It's an MLM. Like it's just like, and then if
it
you
is
get
a
like
pyramid scheme. Yeah,
it is. If you get your families, like we'll discount your like tuition. Like there is things like that. If you have rich family, they pay for a donation for our new library. Like whatever. No, it's bullshit.
Yeah, and
bullshit.
they force you. So like they do this thing where you do like a survey when you're a thing, and they're like, if you don't pick number one, no one will want to come to this college. So they tell you when you're doing the survey, make your school number one. Mohawk College in Hamilton is not all that great. Like, people only go there because they can't afford to go out somewhere else. Okay,
Yeah,
like
much.
It's a low income school.
Well, I constantly criticize McMaster University constantly because I was a single mom, full-time mom, and going there was like hell. And then I ended up owing $2,000 because of a switch in the OSAP system. And because of that, I had to take a year off to pay them back before I was allowed to register for classes. So I couldn't get OSAP during that year. I couldn't nothing. And like they have over 300 clubs on campus for so many various things. Not one for parents, which I thought was interesting. The McMaster daycare had like a 3-year long wait list. And I'm like, who's coming into university that can wait 3 years?
Yeah.
Like,
Who knows they're going to have a kid in the next 3 years and have that spot before they go. Like,
yeah. And then like, because I was on subsidy for my son's daycare, I only had certain hours I could do classes, but the classes I needed would only run during other hours. So like, my one theory class, I didn't attend except for the exams, and I had someone else send me all the notes, and that's how I passed. It was an in-person class 3 times a week, but I did it at home. Like, it was just ridiculous.
There was this psych class, so you had to they forced you to buy the book because so you pay for the class, and then you had to pay for this book because it came with a disc, which was 80% of your grade. Like, are you fucking kidding me? And then the rest of the grade was watching YouTube videos. Like, why?
Yep.
Why?
Well, that's okay. That's something stupid and proud, though. Stupid that I went to school and paid all that money, but proud that I got the degree.
Yes, yeah. Except for I have 3 diplomas, and I'm never asked to show them. You could lie about whatever you went to school for, people. Nobody questions you.
Yeah, nobody even cares anymore. Unless
cares.
It's a job where your credentialed is registered, like nursing and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, if the university.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah, if you have to pay for your registration, that's another scam, is paying for your registration.
It is. Why?
To be a social worker or something.
Yes.
Why do you have to pay for that? Why do you have to pay to take your test for law? Why? I don't understand. You shouldn't have to pay for that.
I know it's supposed to protect the people, your clients and stuff. That's usually why. As a social worker, you being registered makes it so the people who are coming to see you is protected. But that should be part of your job. A lot of jobs won't hire you until you already have this license.
Yeah.
But it should be okay. But since you have to pay for schooling for that, shouldn't that be part of it? You already paid for the schooling.
Mm-hmm.
I think the registration should be free, but you just have to re-register every so often to show that you're still active and you're still whatever.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't have to pay for it.
It's $400. It's not cheap.
And social workers and shit starting wage is minimum wage.
It's nothing.
It's nothing.
It's nothing. And even if you've been a social worker for a long time, your starting wage is still nothing.
And you don't there's those kind of jobs tend to have a very a barrier, it's not like a corporate ladder where eventually you might be CEO or some shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's your window of opportunity still is not even that great. There's not that much growth. There's nothing inherent there that you're gaining from it, especially if you're overworked.
Yes.
Yeah.
You get paid, and then you have volunteer hours. So you get paid your hourly wage, and then you're above and beyond because that's your passion. You're out there wanting to help people, but your job isn't going to pay you to do that, which is unfortunate. But a lot of social workers work without pay. That's pretty much like it.
But see, and that wouldn't be an issue if your food, rent, healthcare was all paid for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I hate the argument that like people won't work if there's no incentive to like live. And I'm like, what are you talking about? People that are billionaires work. They don't need to. They do. So why? So that's an irrelevant argument. People will work and do what they like to do and are more likely to do it and more likely to do it well if they're fucking fed.
Yeah. And they're happy. Like they're not stressed about mortgage. They're not stressed about like.
Well, so many of those jobs have such a high turnover rate.
Yeah. Okay. So like one person who I like love, and I don't know why I love her, but I do, is Kim Kardashian. Because people say that she's lazy. She's not. That girl like built her own empire. I mean, after she did a sex tape, but like she still has built her empire. Like on top of that, she does work. She did get her law degree after.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't like she started from nowhere. Her dad was like a famous lawyer.
No, she didn't start from nowhere.
Like her mom became her manager and has been pimping out her daughters from the beginning. I don't know. I have an inherent hate for rich people. I'm like, if there's people starving, like I don't care that you're like. She goes in and she does some activism. She does go to the White House to help with people that are wrongfully imprisoned and stuff like that. I know some of Kim Kardashian's work, but she also takes private jets places and wears, God knows what, and benefits off child labor. So, there's hits and misses.
And their kids only wear clothes one time. You know how bad that is
we
for
all
the
benefit
environment?
from child labor. Like, let's be real. We've all done it.
But we're not profiting off of it. That's
I'm not making any money.
No, I'm not making money off of child labor. I'm poor, and therefore my options are limited to things that are made by child labor. So, and then that's a rich person's issue too. So it's like,
her companies are using children to make things for us poor people too.
I don't think her companies are. I think the thing she wears does. But I don't think her like specific, because I think her companies are within the U.S. So they have kind of laws.
Thanks.
I don't think her
like
companies
there's
are
child
in,
labor in the U.S. Did you not hear about the plant in? There's child labor in the U.S. Like there was like a plant in Alabama that just got raided and had like a bunch of 12 and 13-year-olds that the whole town knew like worked there. It was. That's a thing. That was like 2 weeks ago. So there's child labor everywhere.
Alabama's all cousins. It's not their fault. Like, I don't.
It's still a family reunion. That's what it was,
right? It's like a family business. When when there's like a family business and the kids come and do work, that's what it is. They're all families.
They didn't think of child labor. They thought it was a family thing.
Any rich person that's not advocating for income redistribution, I inherently don't trust.
They're part of the problem.
Yeah. Like if she came out and she was like, us rich people shouldn't exist. We need, like, her husband's a billionaire, like, or ex-husband was a billionaire, like Kanye West.
She got tired of that shit. Yeah.
But that's the thing is, like, if you were going like, when we rich people shouldn't exist, income is so unfair, we need to redistribute so that like people don't have to like die in the street of like our nation, then I'd maybe trust her a little bit more. But seeing what she wears on a day-to-day basis, I do not.
Or like rich people are so ignorant like about what the world's
going on. Did you see the Gwyneth Paltrow thing?
Oh no, talking about Mr. Musk. But he's like, inflation's going down. Like, dude, like you don't know what inflation is. Like,
rich people cause inflation.
But like, it's so funny. I do wish, like, I made like a tweet about it, but like, I wish I had so much money. I didn't care about everybody else.
Well, that's like Bill Gates guessing the price of a loaf of bread, and he says something like $20-something.
That's almost though. Like
nowadays, but this video is from like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty bad. But no, Gwyneth Paltrow came out and said that celebrities' kids actually have it harder because people expect nepotism, so they have to work harder to get where they need to get.
Do they?
So no, they don't. They're fucking. There's what? Of course they don't. But Gwyneth Paltrow once again does not.
Isn't she like somebody's famous daughter? Like, isn't she only famous because one of her parents or both of her parents are famous?
I don't know. She's the wife of Tony Stark. I have no idea.
No, her parents are people. I'm gonna check. I know her parents are people. But
wait, is Gwyneth Paltrow the Goop one? Did she do Goop? So
Yeah.
she had the exploding vagina candles.
She did. But like she has famous parents. I know it.
The thing I hate about Gwyneth Paltrow the most was I watched Goop, okay, on Netflix. I watched the entire season, and she has one episode about like vaginas and orgasm. They go to like this woman that like helps other women orgasm or whatever. And they like showed so much vagina in this episode. And like even her intern who's like the co-host, vagina. They even showed hers. Do you think we saw Gwyneth Paltrow's?
No.
No, I was like, what a fucking hypocrite talking about woman empowerment. Can't even show us your own vajayjay, but you like make your intern do it.
Yeah,
Gross.
I bet you she's like, oh, vaginas should only look a certain way. Like she's one of those people, and her vagina looks like an Arby's sandwich. Like there's nothing wrong with that, but like I bet she thinks a vagina should only look a certain way, and her vagina looks like a different way. So she's like, yeah. I ain't showing my vagina.
That's her one self-conscious like thing.
It's her vagina. So her mom is famous. She's a famous actress. She played in a bunch of stuff. Meet the Fockers. You guys might know. She's like the mom, the mom. Yeah, of like the.
What's the name?
Meet the Fockers.
Or the actress.
Actress.
Blythe Danner.
Oh.
Yeah. So like she's like a beautiful woman. But like, how can you say like famous children have to work harder when like your whole entire career was based because your mom was famous? Like that's
but that's the fucking joke. She got her career based on nepotism. She's like, we have to work so much harder, guys. So much. Like so much the harder. Other people like have to work younger, which means they actually gain more work experience by the time a celebrity child has to work. And that's an unfair advantage.
Like your kids can work at Harvey's. Like, you know, like it's not, no one's stopping them. They can get a Tim Hortons job.
Yeah. If you think it would be good for them, just make them do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you think you have to work harder.
Don't buy them that car at 16, you know?
Yeah. Make them work for it.
Yeah.
Don't pay their cell phone bills.
Yeah, do not give them like $20,000 as allowance. Like that's all.
Give it to me.
Give it to your
child. Like if you need to be adopting somebody because you feel like you need nepotism in them, I can be neptonized.
You can be neptonized. Oh my god, that would be such a good like new metal album. Neponized.
Is this our new word?
Yes.
Goes with adortion.
Neponized?
Yeah.
Adortion and neponized.
Yeah. We're just giving babies away. Like we're just like either put them back in the womb or just neponize them, you know? You seem successful. Neponize my children.
That's right. Yeah. You're rich and famous. Have one of these. Just you pull one out of the box. There you go.
I feel like that's something stupid I do. I try to network with everyone, like everyone. And sometimes it ends up with like proud moments where I end up backstage in random places.
Yeah. That's a back. You said a back.
And it's just that always makes me proud because it gives me like, I don't know, experiences that I may not have gotten otherwise. Just from knowing people and making people think I'm like decent enough to have around. Like try not to have too close a relationship because it's really difficult to maintain, but like far enough away where like I'm in town, we can like hang out. You know what I mean? That's my favorite relationship. I can deal with 2 friends, 1, 2, and then the rest all have to be arm length acquaintances.
Yeah. Ooh, my dumbest moment, but proud is stealing Dawn Marie from Natalie. That
I don't know anything about this, so I'm interested.
Okay.
So Natalie is my younger sister. Hi, Natalie. And then Natalie started off as Dawn Marie's friend. And then I don't know how it happened. I think I went over to get Natalie, and then I started hanging out because we're really close in age. And then Dawn Marie ended up being my friend somehow. It just happened.
Okay, no, I'll tell you how it happened.
Okay, good. I don't remember.
Okay, so I was hanging out with Natalie, and like she kept lying about everything. Love you, Natalie, but you do, or you did. She kept lying about her age, like saying like I'd be like, oh, I'm 5 years old. She's like, I'm 5 years old. She was not. She's a year younger
4.
than me.
Yeah.
So then,
to be fair, I gaslit Natalie all the time. I fed her the wrong information all the time. Like I was an abusive sister. I'm not proud of it. And that's not something I've done stupid that I'm proud of. I'm actually pretty ashamed of it. I'm pretty sure like Natalie's messed up now because of it. I was 7, but I shouldn't.
You're forgive.
I shouldn't know how to manipulate people at 7. That's not a good skill.
No, that's the autism because you get so used to reading people that you understand how to manipulate the cues.
Maybe. I love you, Natalie.
But anyway, so Sonia was like coming out to check on us because Natalie was playing with me and whatever. And I was like, okay, like let's hang out. And so like I would like kind of gravitate towards Sonia because she was more mature. Believe it or not, Sonia was actually very mature at a young age. And I was like,
I peaked very young.
Yeah, and I wanted to be around someone who was more mature than someone who wasn't. And then, so then I just started to like hang out with her. And then my cousins would hang out with her. And so then I made more excuses. And then I would hang out with her and her friends and my cousins. And then I just kicked my cousins out. I tried to like push them away so I could have her to myself.
It wasn't very hard.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was pretty fucking easy. But yeah, and then that's how me and Sonia became really close, and we just didn't hang out with anyone else.
Well, that's hilarious because that's pretty much like versus it's like more like I mean slightly different because I knew you first on, and then that's kind of like how Sonia kind of came in was she just started hanging out more. Like for the first little while, it was just like you, me, and the other girls. Like I didn't really know Sonia. I kind of met her once at her place when we were picking something up or dropping something off. But then
it was for my wedding or my stag and dough or something.
Yeah, it was for like stag and dough. And then like eventually she just was more and more around, and then we just started like hanging out more, and then it just kind of morphed.
It just creeped in.
Okay, so the other thing about Sonia that no one knows is like if I start hanging out with someone new, she does tend to get jealous. Like she gets like
you're my only friend.
Like, she either has to like insert herself into that friendship too, or
autism.
Wants to cut them. So
it's fine though, because me and Sonia had things in common.
So it worked out.
It worked out.
She liked you to bring you into the fold, but if not, she would have cut you. I'm just saying.
I win.
I say who gets to hang out with us. Yeah. Not many people make it.
I don't know how many friends I had that she was like, stop hanging out with them. I don't like them. I was like,
well, like if you notice, there's a pattern. Some of those people ended up being bad people and treated you terribly. So like, I was just looking out for you.
I hate that when you're always right. Like when you're always right, and then people start to be like, you can't be always right. And then you tell them like this thing, and then it happens, and then you're like, I'm just always right. I don't know. Right. Well, I'm glad I made it in because this podcast would not be started if that didn't happen.
I know. I think we needed you. Like this was like a really good idea, and like you're very like controlling, not controlling.
I'm sorry.
No. Like you're take chargey, you know?
Oh,
like
leadership. You're like
leadership. That's the word.
Thank you. I've been parenting since I was like 8 years, 7, 6, 5 years old.
Yeah. But like we had an idea, and like you were so encouraging and like amazing friend about it. You're like, yeah,
it was a good idea. What was I gonna do? Like, I'm like, yeah, I gotta hop on this gravy train. Maybe I'll get my name somewhere.
No, but like you're really supportive.
Oh, I was gonna say it was purely selfish reasons. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Yeah.
She's controlling.
That's right, because she's controlling.
She just took everything.
You had a vision. You just had a vision, and I figured I might have the tools to like make it happen. So
I'm just along for the ride, personally. I'm just like,
yeah, Dawn's just there. She's in the back
every
seat
time
hanging
Sonia
out.
has an idea, I just like nod and be like, yeah, we'll do that. And then like Jessica will be like, hey, we're planning it out now. Let's do this, and I'm just like, just tell me the time. I'll be there. Yeah. Just plop me down like a pod. I'm there. That's it. I'm a pawn. Perfect. That's all I am. I'm a pawn.
I am not an idea person, okay? I have lots of ideas, but I don't come up with them by myself. If anyone who's listened to this podcast notices, it's usually one of them will say something, and then I will pick up off of that, and that's where I'll get my idea from. I need someone else to jumpstart. Yeah. And then I get these crazy ideas, and I'm like, oh my God. And then I start going off. But I need someone to like spark that flame. So that's why I got you guys.
You're the gasoline. You're like the little spark.
Wait, no, okay. No. Sonia's the gasoline because she started the thing. But Dawn's the match because she sparks the conversation that I am the flame.
Who's the wood?
Yeah,
we can't have gasoline, match, and flame. We need wood to hold it. Like
this is an action movie. We don't need anything. CGI. We're fine.
It's like bombs in space. You know, like there's no oxygen in space. Why is there bombs? So like that.
Cool guys don't look at explosions. No. I
love that song. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. I
just don't sing out loud because we will definitely lose the 10
Oh yeah,
followers
I cannot. Yeah, when I'm singing parodies, I'm not actually. This is my talking voice, and I just kind of go in my talking voice to whatever the beat is.
I don't even have that. I did my like wing. Well, it's missing. Like it's not even attached.
I see you have a hooded eye, and your eyes have been closed the whole time.
I see it.
But like half of it's missing. Like,
you blinked it away.
You
guys did your makeup and I didn't. I feel so gross.
I was trying to be pretty, but I
didn't do a wing. I said fuck that.
I just
no, but you did eyeshadow, and you both have like lipstick, and I'm all like,
I'm wearing
naked.
Lipstick. I am. It's not coming up.
If you want to see how we look.
How Dawn's naked.
You can see our exclusive unedited episodes the Saturday after the release on our YouTube channel. Just search Opinionated Lushes.
Yeah.
Also, we are going to Vegas in how many days?
I think it's 87.
89?
Google it. Mine
between 87 and 89 days.
Hold on.
You can edit it out. It's okay.
I have a countdown. No, we're not editing it out. We're just gonna go by my countdown.
Just elevator music.
85 days. We're
both wrong. What? That's what
3 hours.
I'm not ready.
Minutes and 28 seconds.
And we are looking to hopefully live stream. So try to follow our TikTok. Just search Opinionated Lushes. We usually pop up because we need 1,000 followers in order to do that. Also check out our Patreon. We just finished the I Want to Marry Harry React series, exclusive to our Patreon followers, even at the lowest tier. And our next series is gonna be
Rock a Love.
Rock a Love.
Rock a Love. Yeah. So if you want to see that, make sure to check out our Patreon. Like I said, at the lowest tier, you get access to all bonus content.
Woo.
Woo. Anything else to add?
Nope. I'm ready to go to bed, guys.
I'm ready to drink some more.
I'm almost done my drink. I promise.
I don't have to get up tomorrow.
Promise someone I would let them touch my body. So I have to go do that.
Oh, ew. No touch.
I can only picture his balls.
That's it. Yeah, that's all anyone can picture. That's all I can picture.
Wear them as earmuffs.
I can try. I'll let you know how it is. I'll just stretch them over my head. What is that? There was that show, that movie called where they were like, did the game The Brain. It was a food one. It was
I don't-
disgusting.
I
I
don't know.
never want to eat at a restaurant again. Oh, Ryan Reynolds is in it. The waitress.
Oh,
nope, that's a
Waiting.
completely
The
different-
Waiting.
Waiting. Yeah, waiting. Was
And,
it
like,
the
they're-
Batwing and stuff?
I don't know. Like they
Oh.
always sit their balls
And
and
it-
like
Was it Ryan
Oh, yeah.
Reynolds or was no? It was Dane Cook too.
Dane
was
Cook?
in that. Yeah.
Remember him?
he's like
and
for
Waiting.
3 years. He was in everything for about
Remember
3
when
years.
white guys could just be and they were like considered funny?
Yeah.
That's it. They could just be there.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
and
sure
they were
that's
like,
still
and
going
then they'd be
on.
like, "Women not funny." Just us.
Just
Go
just
away,
us.
women.
Yeah. And like women weren't actually allowed to be funny unless they were like the fat friend, the comedic relief. Like it was
Yeah.
no pretty women are allowed to be funny.
No.
Like even though those women were pretty, they just were told that they weren't. Like it's like men are garbage.
Well, hopefully you think we are funny. And by the way, we are all women. Okay, so we will
Last time I
say
checked.
good night.
Do the brain. All right. Good night.
Yes. Good night.